What's up, YouTube? Deadpool2323 back at it with another quick tip video. Alright, this video is about educating. Educate, educate, educate. Educate yourself on everything you can about comics. It is the best way to know what's worth money and what's not. What I want you to focus on right now is printings. Often books will have multiple printings. A Killing Joke has something like 7 or 11 printings or something ridiculous like that. But each one carries its separate value. Some are more valuable because they're rare. I don't have any of those. So the book I'm going to use as an example, Hulk 377. This is the first printing. This is the second printing. There is a third printing which looks similar to this. The color's off a little bit. I can never tell what that is because I'm slightly colorblind. So being slightly colorblind, I have a hard time. I've never had a third printing up next to a first printing to know if it's good. But whenever I see this book, if it's cheap, $1, $2, I pick it up and then I bring it home and I compare it to the right next side by side with this to see if it fits. But know the difference in your printings, because like this book actually brings more money than this book because people think it looks cooler. They like this cover better than this cover. But the third printing, I mean, you're talking a $5 to $10 book to a $7 to $15 book. Third printings, $100 or better. So you want to know your printings. It's very important to know the difference in your printings. It escapes my number, but there's a Batman. I forget which one it is, but it's a second printing, I believe. And Jim Lee did the cover. And like the regular cover is like, $5, $10, $15, I guess. I don't really know because I'm not, like I said, I'm not the big DC guy. But I know what that second printing cover looks like because when I see it, I'm going to pick it up because it goes for hundreds of dollars because everybody thinks it's an awesome printing and it was a lower print run. The other thing is you really need to be educated on what the books are going for. And you need to know how to throw out a price. As an example, I went to a convention this weekend, and I went with some friends. I don't get involved in people making deals unless they ask me to. But my one buddy was looking at some books, and he's found a book he wanted. The guy had a $60 price tag on it. I told him to offer, I would have offered $35. Yeah, that's way lower. He's not going to go down that low. But it really sets the tone low because if you want to pay $45 or if you want to pay $50 for a $60 book, if you say $50, they're going to come back at you with $55. Okay? So I always go a little lower. People call it lowballing, and that's fine. Call it what you want to call it. I don't care. I made an offer. This is a dealer. I made an offer to them. They can turn it down. If they get offended over an offer, they're in the wrong business because people are always looking to save money. You never know when someone's going to say yes. Generally, I end up paying about what I expect to pay for a book. Sometimes I overpay because I want that book. I don't overpay as far as the value, but I overpay as far as what I thought I was going to pay. But recently I got Werewolf Spotlight number 2, which is the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. I paid $20 for it. I was expecting to pay $50, $60 for that book. So I got for a lot less. Now, it's not the condition that I want, but I'll get that later on. Didn't find the condition I wanted. That book was just such a good deal, I decided, yeah, that was worth it for me. The other thing is, when you're dealing with someone who's not a professional seller, educate them. Don't be one of these guys who has no ethics, who's not going to educate them. Now listen, if someone posts something for sale and you make them an offer and they take it, that's on them. It's their job to know what they're selling. But if you solicit a sale from someone, meaning you find out someone has comics, they're not posing them for sale, and you ask them if they want to sell them, I wouldn't necessarily try to do them dirty. You know, I wouldn't do them dirty, regardless of who they are. If they ask questions, educate them. Educate them on condition. Educate them on what condition means. Educate them on how condition can really affect price. You know, there's been many times that I've had people, they think they got a $1,000 book. In a 9.2 or a 9.0, yeah, they got a $1,000 book. Their book's a 3.0. So it's a $100 book. And you have to educate them on that. Use eBay as a way. Everybody, you all have phones. Pull up your phone, pull up eBay, show them, hey, look, see the grade, see how it is. Show them. If they look like they're getting offended, back off. Just say no. There's nothing wrong with saying, no, that's more than I think the book's worth. More than I'm willing to pay for that conditioned book. It's fine. You don't have to buy every book you run into. Yeah, it's nice to want to find those books, those big books, and to buy them, but don't think you have to. But have some ethic, educate the people you're soliciting from. If someone posts something from sale, hey, that's on them to educate themselves. You don't owe them any type of education. But in the negotiation process, it's not bad to use the tools you have to get the better deal for the book. You're obviously not going to do that with a professional dealer who's selling, you know, thousands of books a year. You're not going to be able to do that. But with the newer seller, the yard sale, the flea market, occasional seller, that's where it's important to do those educations. So remember, watch out for your printings. Know your printings. Educate yourself on what's valuable, and make sure you, when you're negotiating, start a little lower. You know, if you want to pay $40 for a book and they have it listed for $50, throw out a $35 or a $30 price on it. Sure, they're gonna come back. You know, no, I could do 45. Well, you know, 40's as high as I'm gonna go. And if that's where you're at, and they say no, walk away. You'll find it. You'll find it. But don't be stupid either. If you know the book's worth $100 in the condition it's in, pay the $45. So that's what I got for you. And I'll give you a quick example of that. I negotiated a price for a book for $120. I said, let me think about it. I was at the con. It was the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter. I wasn't ready to pull the trigger on it simply because I was there to find Fantastic Four #4. I wanted to save all the money I had for that book. Worst thing that could have happened is I found that book and I was $50 short of buying it because I bought another book like a stupid idiot. Couldn't find that book. The next book I was looking for, I couldn't find in the price I wanted. So I went back, and I'm talking 10 minutes. I had already gone through most of vendors. That was 10 minutes. He sold that book for $150. So I missed out on the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter for $120. It was a low grade copy. That's okay. It's a book on my short list of books to buy. So, you know, sometimes the time to buy is when you see it, if you know it's a good price. So there was only one other copy of that book in the whole place. It was a lower grade copy than the one I looked at, and they wanted $250. So there's my story. Guys, have a good night. Talk to you later.